Hey, welcome back to Seaports Homestead. I'm JR. I'm here with my partner in crime, Miss Ashlyn, staining some boards behind me because we're getting our greenhouse finally underway. Now, like always, I'm behind the 8 ball on this thing. I am running behind. We have 2 days until we have a Arctic cold front coming down. I'm in short sleeve shirts today. It feels pretty good, sunshine, but in 2 days, we're gonna be in the upper teens, maybe the low 20s, and we have got chicks coming the week after that. So I am running out of time to get this greenhouse built. So let's get to work. Let's cut some wood.
Alright, so I'm outside staining some boards. I got those 2 done, but somebody isn't cranking them out fast enough, so I'm kind of on a standstill. So I'm going to talk to you about what we're doing. So I have these 2 done, and then I have a bunch of boards back here that are like the foundation. Also a sleeping cat. Yeah. Wish I could take a nap. So if you watched our first part of this video, you saw us clear this area, and this is where the greenhouse is going to go. So we put our stakes, so it's going to be like a 10 by 10 kind of, and it's going to be ginormous. So we only have a couple of days to do this because in like 3 days it's supposed to snow. And that kind of puts our whole thing on a standstill. And we have chicks coming at the end of the month, so wish us luck. All right, let's see how far along he is. You better have one ready for me. Let's see how far along he is.
All right, so this is the last panel for the sides of the greenhouse. I'm gonna take it out to Ashlyn. So she's still out here staining because I finally caught up. So she is running behind now. So the reason why I do panels like this is because it just makes it really easy to compartmentalize everything, to make it to where I'm building it in little sections and then it all goes together at one time. So it's kind of like a kit build, but I'm doing it all from scratch. It kind of makes sense up here, but we're going to see whether or not it actually makes sense when I put it together. So here in the South, our winters are so weird. Today's like 70 degrees, it's blue skies, the sun is out, it feels amazing, and we're 24 to 48 hours away from freezing temperatures to where I've got to have this greenhouse all put up. So like my dad kind of said, boy, you're running out of daylight, so we got to get to work. I was so wrong, like so wrong about our Texas weather. I thought I had 24 to 48 hours before the wind started coming from the north and before the temperature started dropping. No, we wake up this morning and it is 29 degrees and only going to start getting colder this morning. So we are off to the lumber yard because I am revamping kind of how I'm going to do a roof, and I'm out of screws and we need some more stain. But we're also just trying to pray that the sun kind of heats up things a little bit because we still have blue skies. It's going to be a pretty day. It's just going to be cold. But I think I'm going to watch her do a lot more work than I'm going to do today because, let's face it, it's cold and I want to just sit and drink coffee. So thank God the sun is out. It's the only thing that's making today bearable because the wind is cutting right through us. It's still cold. Ashlyn's out here staining the trusses that I just made. Now I was going to do like a heavy truss with some 4x4s, but decided that with a shorter timeline, I needed to go ahead and get something that I knew I could put up pretty quick. So these are going to work out really good. So she's going to get these stained. We're probably going to get some lunch, and then we're going to start we're going to start actually putting this thing together because, as you can see over there, all the stuff that she stained yesterday is ready to go. It's dry, and we're going to start getting that foundation set. So this is exciting. It's actually going to start taking shape. I don't know how far we're going to get today, but we have got today and tomorrow, maybe, depending on the weather, to get all this done in order to like beat this freezing temps that's coming, or even because it's supposed to be in the teens in like 2 days, and I don't want that. But let's go ahead and get this thing done. Let's get it finished so that we can sit inside next to the heater, watch some TV, and enjoy life, even though we have animals to take care of. Because no matter what, when you have animals, you still have to be out in the cold. Anyway, let's get it done. Okay, let me show you what our progress is, because believe it or not, we have gotten quite a bit done already, and we have gotten our foundation all set. So what I like to use when I do these foundations is like what you see here. We have the landscape blocks, and then my 2x12 that is going to make my lower walls. It's capped with a 2x8 to go on top. And we already built all the panels yesterday, so this should go pretty quick as far as getting these all set up. Ashlyn's over here hiding. Aren't you, Ashlyn?
What? It's cold.
She's cold. She's trying to stay out of the wind. I'm going to put her to work. We're going to get this thing all dried in, and I think tomorrow we should be able to get it all buttoned up. But let's see how far we can get today. Let's get to work. Okay, so it's the end of the day. We're calling it. It's starting to get a little dark. The temperature's dropping on us. We got a ton done today. So we got the foundation all leveled and set. We've got our sidewalls up. Miss Ashlyn's over here doing chores. Miss Reese is out enjoying the brisk cold weather. And we are going to go in and warm up, have us a nice thing of coffee, and just relax for the evening. Come out here well rested and ready to hit it again tomorrow. This thing is really going to start taking some shape tomorrow. But the temperature is dropping more tomorrow. I think that's our last day that we're going to be able to do it, because they're expecting 3 to 6 inches of snow. And if you're up north, you're like, big deal. Down here in the south, 3 to 6 inches of snow, we shut the world down. So that's going to be a big thing for us. But hopefully we can get this all knocked out. We can get the roof on. We can get it buttoned up. See you tomorrow. It is day 3 of this build, and I am starting to realize I'm not as far on this project as I would like to be. I'm going to start putting the trusses up that I built the other day. It is freezing outside, like literally 31 degrees. Some of our water's all froze up. That I got to figure that out today, but I still got to get this greenhouse knocked out, because the chicks are still coming like at the end of the week. Now I think the weather's going to be a little bit warmer, but we're in store for like a 3 or 4 day freeze. We've got 3 to 6 inches of snow on the way. For us in the deep south, here in South Texas, that is unheard of. So we're going to try to get this as far as we can today while getting these other projects done. But let's get this going, because I'm running out of daylight. Okay, so we're not done yet. It's not the end of the day, but I have come to terms with the fact that we are not getting our greenhouse completely done today before that snow hits. Now, temperature's dropping. It's getting colder and colder throughout the day, but let me show you this greenhouse so far. This thing is really taking some size. That's pretty good size. Now, I am about 6'3", and this thing is about 10 by 11. It's going to be huge. It's really exciting. Ashlyn hasn't given up either. She has been an absolute trooper today. She has not given up. She is still going strong. She's getting that stain done. She's cold. We had a little coffee break with lunch, warmed up a little bit, and we are back at it. So this is the back end. Let me explain a little bit of kind of my thought. So this is the north-facing wall. This is where all that wind is coming from right now. So we're not going to get any sunlight here. So this is going to be our big windbreak. Maybe we'll put something in there to be like a kind of a solar collector that's going to hold heat during the winter or something like that. That's future JR. We're not going to worry about that right now. Now, as far as the rest of this thing, it is going to be all clear. We got the poly that's about to go on there, and there should be a front door there. That's also going to be future JR, because I can't get to that today. But I'm gonna see about this roof real quick. It's a little windy. These are 6-foot panels, so hopefully I can be able to handle them on my own. But it would be so awesome to get a roof and some windows on that thing today before we call it a day. And that way when that snow falls, maybe we can get some really cool shots of the snow piling up on there, because we don't get snow down here in South Texas. So this is kind of exciting. We're looking forward to not freezing and not having our water frozen, but a little bit of snow would be pretty cool. So let's get to that roof. Well, unfortunately, we completely ran out of time today to get this a little bit further along. We got one side of the roof on the back wall. It's pretty much all dried in, except for we don't have a front yet. But we're prepping for this really cold snap that we're about to get. So I had to spend the last little bit of today getting all that set up. All right, so our future layers are in the makeshift greenhouse. They have a light on them. They should be totally fine. Our dog's inside my shop, so that should be all right. Bailey's quail have a little house that they can get into, so they tend to really do well in this cold weather as well, or they have in the past. I got fresh shavings down for the goats, so they have their barn. They can get out of the wind, so they should be okay. I covered up the ventilation on the chicken coop with that plexiglass, so those guys shouldn't get any of that north wind. And I tell you what, if you ever worry about chickens not being able to tolerate cold weather, as long as they are dry and out of direct wind, this thing will have like condensation built all over that in the morning, because those ladies right there are going to create a sweat box in that little coop, and they're going to be totally fine through the night and into tomorrow, because they're going to be nice and warm in their chicken coop. So I wrapped all my pipes. We should be good on that. So I've gotten a couple 5-gallon jugs in my shop of water, because I expect all my waters to freeze by tomorrow morning. Okay, so if you're worried about the cats, don't. They are probably the most spoiled out of all the animals here, because their grandmother decided to get them these little heated boxes, these little heated houses. And we only have one cat that'll actually use it, but they find places that are pretty warm to get to, and if not, then they definitely have their little heated boxes there. All right. And here in the yard, we have some adolescent pullets that are in their little mobile tractor, so they are completely blocked from the wind, so those guys should be good. The quail have a little back house that they get into in their little mobile tractor. Those guys should be good. So the only person that's not warm right now is me. So I'm gonna go ahead and go inside, get me some coffee, warm up this evening. So as always, if you like our content, make sure you subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when we come out with new videos. And as always, we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much.